Welcome back to Marriage. Well, hell no. My apologies for stepping away from the microphone over the last 2 days, but sometimes even I got to take a break. But I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend out there. And I thought to myself, I said, you know what? I've been away for a little bit too long, so I had to bring the fellas, a video to talk about this road that we are all on when we're trying to find a beautiful woman to be with. But before we get into the content, I definitely want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to everybody who's been subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, commenting below, and then feel free to share the videos if you enjoy them to help other men learn lessons from what we talk about here on this channel. But most importantly, thanks to you guys for helping us get to the goals that we're trying to set over here. So I appreciate any love that we get on the channel. Now, without further ado, who do I really want to talk about today? Yeah, we going there, bro. And we going there because, as you can see on the screen, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade to talk about their marriage that is simply looking more and more like a cartoon television show that's unfolding right in front of all of us. It's been going on for a little while, and we know some of the troubles that have been going on in this, but I want to bring you guys a different spin on this saga that seems to be playing out, and a little bit about who are we really talking about in this video is going to be her, because we know Gabrielle Union's been out here running her mouth, flapping her mouth, bumping her gums every single which way she can over the last few times. And what has she been talking about? A bunch of absolute nonsense, things that are making Dwayne Wade look like a fool. So without further ado, what am I really talking about? Let's get into it.
Because he see me through. Oh God! So I got divorced, and
I was trying to get out.
like like other divorced people, you have a mental bucket list. I had a bucket list of diddles.
I was saying, are we keeping it 100?
Let's keep it up. I was like, here is my deep. What do they call it? The Red Sea Scrolls of gentlemen callers. I would like to check their avails. Check their pulse. And Shaka was like, about 99.99% of that list are fuckboys. And I was
I'm gonna stop it right there for a second. You heard what she said. So she got divorced back in 2006. So let's paint that actual picture, right? So Gabrielle Union was married to this gentleman. His name is Chris Howard. He is a former NFL player, right? So him and Gabrielle Union were married back in 2001. They later separated back in October 2005. Divorce was finalized in 2006. So notice she was talking about her stance on fuckboys, right? Back in 2006. But see, at the time, and that's the reason why we have this channel, right? So at the time, Gabrielle Union was quoted as saying, you know, when she got her divorce, she sort of realized that she hadn't been making sound choices, which were best for her to pursue her goals, her hopes, dreams, aspirations, and passions. Bunch of abstract bullshit. We hear this all the time. These are women that have no idea as to what they absolutely want. And fellas, we know we've been in relationships with some of these women to where they want to break up for whatever reason. And they'll tell you that this reason is because they want to find themselves. But what we clearly are seeing is that Gabrielle Union then said she wanted to explore her hopes, dreams, passions, and all this other abstract nonsense. But we come to later find out what she really wanted to do was be on the F-Boy Express. That's the type of woman that we are dealing with here, fellas. So let's keep it going.
I was like, yes, exactly. I feel tall enough to enjoy this ride. Thank you. I will strap in, and I will hold my arms up. And I buy the picture at the end of the ride.
So as you can hear, people are clapping for her with all of this type of nonsense, right? That she's been condoning. But like I just said, she said that she wanted to find something else. But we later come to find out that, hey, she wanted to ride the F-Boy Express. Fast forward a little bit. Now she starts to later on meet none other than our guy, We all know who he is. Flash, Flash. I remember Flash from his days in Marquette, when he was walking man was basically a walking triple double in the NCAA playoff that I can remember in the tournament, right? But then we also remember him from, the Miami Heat, playing with LeBron, such winning titles with Shaq, coming back against the Mavs, doing this thing, and then later going on to play with LeBron and Chris Bosh, right? So they later was conquering, doing their thing. But he ended up meeting Gabrielle Union. So a woman who was married, got divorced, rode the F Boy Express for all of 2 years, basically. And then she started dating this man back in 2008. They went on to get married back in 2014, right? So now Gabrielle Union is stepmother to his kids. And I don't really like talking about a man's kids. I'm not gonna go that far, but bro, we know how this situation turned out. And the only thing I can say to that situation is, Dwayne Wade might have rethink this strategy. And I think Dwayne Wade might even be thinking at this time about, damn, son, what kind of mistake did I make? Because we all know the impact that this woman is definitely having on his family. Like I said, I'm not going to go into that too much, but son, can you guys really imagine being with this type of woman, a woman that's out here talking about she wants to ride the F Boy Express? But wait, fellas, it doesn't stop there. She just keeps going with this type of nonsense because this is who Gabrielle Union is, fellas. And you need to understand that, because so many of these women are out here, and you might be wondering yourself, where do they get these ideas from to even think that this behavior is suitable? But see, Gabrielle Union empowers that type of movement. A lot of women out here empower that. So this is who Gabrielle Union has always been.
If they could see me now, a little gang of mine. If they could see me now, a little gang of mine.
So what we are seeing right here, right before you on the screen, this is Gabrielle Union at the age of 48 years old, who thinks it's a good idea to go into some hotel building, maybe some fancy apartment that they own in Midtown Manhattan, and decides to flash the whole New York City. 48 years old with a family now. She's stepmother to Dwayne Wade's kids, but she basically has responsibility of a family. But she is 48 years old, flash in the city of New York in Midtown Manhattan somewhere, as if anybody in New York City is walking down the damn street looking up. If you ever been in New York City, you know one thing: we don't look up. Why the hell would we be up here looking up? But no, she is doing this just because she wants that type of attention, right? And we know so many women love attention, but what you're seeing, fellas, is that attention, seeking attention, wanting validation, it doesn't go away with some of these women, because these women have basically set themselves up for failure. And the one thing we know about Dwayne Wade is that I think he's a great basketball player, right? But at the end of the day, I would gladly take basketball advice from Dwayne Wade. But when it comes to marriages and dealing with a woman like this, there is no way any man should even think about listening to him, because Dwayne Wade's house has now just become out of order of sorts, and it's all down to this woman. Now, Dwayne Wade is making a decision, to marry this woman who is married to somebody else, then just basically decided that she was for the streets for 2 years, then got married to him. So he made a bad decision in even choosing this woman. But I will tell you this, from a man who ultimately definitely still tries to respect Dwayne Wade, especially for his basketball savviness and him being, a great basketball player. But I cannot wait for the day. I know a lot of you guys are out there saying we cannot wait for the day that he basically kicks her ass to the curb and gets his manhood back, because Dwayne Wade has solely lost a lot of his manhood in dealing with this type of woman. So, fellas, the reason why I'm doing this video is to show you guys that when you are dealing with a woman who just never got over the fact that she was for the streets, she's always going to do crazy things and absolutely embarrass you in that case. So when you're trying to build a family with this woman, this is the type of woman that will embarrass you, that will do things for attention, that will try to go above and beyond to compete with you and say that she's better than you. But when we all know she just would be better served just by playing a good wife to this man right here. But what does she do? Go around here disrespecting the household, coming out with all this outlandish crap. And fellas, it won't stop. She will keep doing this. So until next time, marriage or hell no, fellas, it's about time he tell her it's a hell no and kick her ass back to the streets.